and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Datuk, Dr. Lim Siow Jin.
Thank you very much. Today the topic is very simple. Kedah is only one type of mushroom. How can this mushroom treat migraine, treat stomach ache, treat so many things under the sun? How can it be possible? Just like Ayurvedic herbs, no? Many have multiple functions. So how to answer this question? Because most of my meeting is not with Ayurvedic doctors. Most of my meeting is with the allopathic doctors. So they want very specific answer. I tell you one experiment, Pakistan, we are not only doing this night virus, we also go for this one blood hospital in Karachi, testing this thalassemia. So in this thalassemia, many children suffering from thalassemia in Pakistan, so they need to go for this blood infusion. Then after that, we give some donation to the hospital to study on the blood infusions. So they make many studies. One of the cases is very peculiar. The child have to infuse 2 bags of blood a week. That means every week have to 2 infusions. But the problem is that after too many blood infusions, there is an accumulation of iron inside the body. Then they have to give some medicines to remove the iron from the body, and the child becomes very, very sick. They tested about 20 to 30 a child, but that one is a special case. After giving the then they monitor the blood. Then they found that instead of putting the blood twice a week, it extended to 17 days in the first time. After that, he infused the blood again. That's again, they extend to 22 days. Later on, it can be only infused once a month. So the doctors are very intrigued by that. So they write a letter to me. They hope that I can go to Pakistan to meet them. I said, no problem, I go to meet them. So I went to Pakistan. The night before I go there, they sent me questionnaire to answer. 4 pages, no? First they ask, what are the ingredients in Geronoma that can have this kind of effects? What are the interaction between the Geronoma with the cell? That is the thing. What are the interaction between Geronoma and the blood? Now the thalassemia is the deform of the blood cell, and after the microscope, the cell still reform. You know? How can they get this kind of this thing? 4 pages. 4 pages. So when I arrived in Pakistan, they had a big conference hall. No? We are sitting there. So they're passing the thing to me to discuss. Okay, how to discuss? So I put aside all this questionnaire. I said, we cannot discuss all these things. First thing first, the definition of herbs now. Are we treating the disease or are we treating the body? I remember when I read the biography of Pasteur, the discovery of bacteria, before he died, he tell his student, maybe it is the soil, not the bacteria. Soil means the body. Maybe it's the body. Okay. So you see, my background is not on medical. I am graduated from Indian Institute of Technology. By profession, I am an engineer. So we go for rigorous training of engineering. So in engineering, everything must put into law. Something can be measurable, something can be quantified, something can be repeatable. So when I come to Kedah, in the early days, we also get very funny, these people have this diabetes, after getting Kedah, so relief, hypertension also relief, this asthma also relief, so many diseases are relieved by this Kedah. So we spend a lot of effort, to try to identify the active ingredient in Kedah. I still remember in the years of 2000, this Dr. Mahathir come to my farm to inoculate the farm. So he also advises you try to find out what are the active ingredients in the Kedah. So after searching for many years, we go to the same conclusion as Pasteur. It is the soil. It is not the bacteria. It is the body. It is not the disease. So at the end of the day, many herbs, they are not treating disease. They are treating the body. So it's an ABC process. Kedah treat the body treat the disease. So how can we put about that? So I tell the doctors in Karachi, I say very simple. You look at Kedah. Kedah have a few important things. Polysaccharide. Polysaccharide is the thing. The polysaccharide in Kedah is akin to the skin. You look at our cell. The polysaccharide is very important as a raw material. It's raw material, okay, to produce a cell's membrane. Then mushroom are rich in nucleic acid. They will activate the nucleus of the this thing. There's a lot of scientific proof that after you take granuloma, the whole cell will be regenerated. So I told the doctors in Karachi, they're asking me a basic question. How can granuloma treat a genetically deformed disease? Under modern medications, if a disease is genetically defects, there's nothing you can do about that. I said, no, it's not true. Because our body are full of millions of genes, no? So one gene is defect, maybe some other genes can take it over. This is how the body functions, no? That's why those are thalassemia. Many thalassemia patients, after taking granuloma, they lead a normal life. You look under the microscope, the blood still deformed, but they lead a normal life, no? How to explain that? This has nothing to do with granuloma. Believe me, this is the body. This is the body. I can give you many examples. In Alor, there's one athlete. So when he goes to the stadium, he can run 3 rounds. Normally, he can run 3 rounds. After consuming granuloma for about 2 months, he can run 4 rounds. Then he comes to see me. He said, Dr. Lim, tell me honestly, last time I ran 3 rounds, now I can run 4 rounds. No? What type of stimulant will you put into granuloma? Okay, I only take a few granuloma per day, you know. How can this a few capsules give me so much energy? You must be putting some stimulant into this granuloma. And I'm athletic, you know. If you put some stimulant into the granuloma, I will be disqualified. I tell you, no, granuloma do not give you energy. The energy is not coming from granuloma. Then where the energy is coming from? This is a basic question. You look at our body, how to live long. How to live long. Our body, you look at the engineering point, is a machine. It's a bio engine. The brain consists of 16% of energy. The lung also another 16 to 20. Your liver, your gastrointestinal system, okay, all the internal organs, you add up together. How much is the energy consumption? It's about 70 to 80% of the energy consumption. That's why, even though you do nothing, you sit on the table, you still need to take food, you know, because your organ consume energy. When the body having problem, everything is having problem. That's how should I say, the plasma having problem, then your blood will having problem. Blood having problem, then your muscle will having problem. Muscle having problem, then your organ will having problem. Why are they having problem? Why? First thing, food, you look at ourselves. Look at the food that we're eating. There's something wrong in the food that we're eating. You see, the first thing first, we're eating too much. When you're eating too much, what will happen to you? When you eat the food, that's why they classify the food very simple into 2 categories. Sugar, this carbohydrate, and protein, 1 category. This is processed by the pancreas. The pancreas produce something to this thing. Then oil and fat, basically by liver. This is a very, very broad concept. If you're eating too much, when you're eating too much, your liver has to work overtime, no? Your pancreas has to work overtime. So when the thing keep on working, after some time, the function of liver will become fatigue, will become a dysfunction. After some time, the pancreas will start to having a problem. So when pancreas having problem, then you're having diabetes problem. So when liver is out of function, then you're having this hypotension, you're having this heart problem. Now, when a diabetes patient come to see us, first thing first, can we treat diabetes patient? We cannot treat diabetes patient because this is not the problem. The problem is not with the diabetes. Now, what's the problem with herbs nowadays? Now we have 20 herbs that can treat diabetes. You go and talk to our allopathy doctors. Oh, I have herb A, herb B, and herb Z can treat diabetes. They ask you, which one? Tell me. Definitely can treat diabetes. If you try to say, okay, bitter gourd can treat diabetes, bitter gourd, you know, then you give to some patient, it's effective. You give to another person, it's not effective. Oh, it's not effective. Then how are we going to present herbs to the general public? So at the end of the day, we are telling that if you try to use herbs to treat disease, that is a dead end. That is a dead end. Which is the wrong direction. Now you talk about hypertension. Oh, you read the Chinese pharmacopoeia, there are 50 to 60 type of herbs that can treat hypertension. Now, which one can treat? Which one we want to know? So you go to talk to an allopathy doctor, you can tell him, herbs A can treat hypertension, herb B can treat hypertension, A to Z can treat hypertension. Now, which one can treat hypertension? So my conclusion is that none of them treat hypertension. It treat the body. Treat the body. That's why in Ayurved it's very important. There are 3 categories. It's a very important concept. You classify not by disease, by the body. So I tell the Pakistani doctor, treat the body. When the body is okay with the thalassemia, with this thing, then they also treat leukemia. we also have good result, no? Because there's a blood listing. Then later on, we go for this Lyme virus. Lyme virus, not only in Pakistan, we also tested in 40 children, no? In India. I think the success rate is more than about 90%, you know? More than 90%. Now, everybody knows night blindness is due to vitamin A deficiency. So Indian government have given so much vitamin A, you know, to the village, to this thing. Why there's still so many people are suffering from vitamin this night deficiency? So sometimes it's not so simple, no? Night blindness due to deficiency of vitamin A. You give them vitamin A, you solve night blindness. No, it's not like that. It's not, disease is not cured in that way, you know, because you are not looking at the bodies. Now, when you look at the bodies, you forget about night blindness. You see, we have done a lot of experiment. Now, some group we give only Denoma. Night blindness is okay. Some group we give only Spirulina. Night blindness is okay. Another group we give a combination of Denoma and also Spirulina. They are also okay. Now you tell me which one treat night blindness? Pure Denoma also elevate night blindness. Pure Spirulina also elevate night blindness. So our only conclusion is that Ganoderma and Spirulina, they do not treat night blindness. It treat the body. So when the body is okay, this thing is okay. When I went to Kenya, Africa, then the doctors there have a meeting with me. They told me, Dr. Lim, can Ganoderma treat AIDS? So when you go to this other country, people ask you, can Ayurvedic treat AIDS? This is a common question, am I right? How to answer the question? I told him, no, Ganoderma do not treat AIDS, Ganoderma do not treat anything. This is a surprise answer to him, you know. Then he said, what are you doing? He said, we treat the body. He said, can you, when a person is very ill, can you treat the thing? We said, we try. Then he bring us to one patient. A terminal AIDS patient is already bedridden, you know, bedridden, already so weak that can't even walk properly. Doctors give him about 2 months to go. So we go for high dosage of Ganoderma. In 9 days time, he started to walk again. Then in about two months time, go back to his job as a truck driver. Then there's one footballer, the same case, is already bedridden. After taking Ganoderma, okay, it's already after 2 to 3 months, they go back to play the football. Now, when you look at this scenario, is Ganoderma treating AIDS? No, Ganoderma is not treating AIDS. It's treating the body. I can give many examples, you know, why is it treating the body. Now, you see, it's very risky for us to say that herbs treat disease, no? Because the problem with herb treating disease is that the function of herbs is linked more to the function of the body. It do not link to the disease. You look at hypertension. I list 100 herbs that can treat hypertension. Now you are the herbalist. When someone comes to see you and say, I am a hypertension, which herb to use? Which combination to use? So we must have something which is certain, we must have something which is repeatable. That's why at the end of the day, I make a summary of the herbs. First thing first, we say that we put into a few basic rules, which is observable, which is conformable. We say when a body is having problem, the problem either caused by what they call physical, materialistic, or functional. Either physical or functional. That's why the first rule in Ganoderma, I put the rule. The first rule is that all health problem is caused by toxins and imbalance of body functions. Because toxin you can measure, no? Toxin you can measure. What kind of toxin inside the body? That's why before a person taking Ganoderma, they can go for a blood test. After taking Ganoderma, you take a blood test. All these things are observable. The functions of the liver, the function of the kidney are observable. Now, you look at all the disease. They are either these two functions. Actually, this is from the ancient theory of yin and yang. But the problem of yin and yang is that how to measure yin, how to measure yang is immeasurable. No? So you cannot tell people that, due to the yin-yang imbalance, people do not understand this thing. Okay, yin means materialistic, yang means functional. So materialistic basically is due to toxin. Anything that you do not require in the body is it exists in excess, that we call toxin. Water is very good for us, but if you drink too much water, it becomes toxins. One day when I'm in Australia, a member bring the mothers. The mother is already 80 years old. No? He say the mother is very sick. No? He give a lot of Ganoderma, give a lot of herbals, he brought so many medicine, the mother's still very sick. So the hand is shaking, the face very pale, you know. Then the mother complained to me that she had frequent urination. Then the first question I asked the daughter, are you forcing your mom to drink water? You see, they say, old people are dehydrated easily, you know. So he asked the mom to drink 3 liters of water per day. 3 liters, you know, this 6 bottles of this thing. I say, you're killing your mom, no? You're killing your mom. Because why? You see, dehydration is no good. But you over intake of the water for the old people, also you will affect the kidneys, no? You will affect the function. That is also no good. That's why the first proposal we give to the world community is that any problem, health problem, is either caused by materialistically or functionally. Materialistically, basically, is what your body do not want or excess, which is measurable. Okay, the toxins from the body, and the toxins is always discharged physically from the body, either from sweat, from urine, or from through the feces, through the stool. Now, after taking ganoderma, you can see some people they have yellow sweating, some people they have very kind of sweat, urine also turbid. This is a good sign. There's also one case in Singapore, no? One case in Singapore. After taking ganoderma, it's constipation. During detoxification, it can either cause constipation or loose motion. Why? Because many people doesn't understand. When you take water, your stomach absorbs the water. Many people thought that all the wastewater pass through urine. It's not true. Actually, wastewater pass through urine, and also it will go back to the intestine. To pass through from the intestine. The two intestine is an osmosis, no? Two-way direction. You absorb good water, you also discharge bad water. So when the intestinal system is having problem, this kind of discharge also is having problem. So some people, when they're having this intestinal problem, when taking ganoderma, during the regulation, you know, they can cause constipation. So when a person causing complication, there's something wrong in a small intestine. If some people after taking ganoderma, they have this loose motion, something wrong with the colon. So we told him that this is a detoxification process, nothing to worry. After 1 week, the stool come out, no? The color of stool is bright orange, you know? This type of orange. He had a shock of his life, you know? Why the stool can become orange in color? Then we asked him, what is the profession? So he's in a textile company. So when he do the textile, many of the dyeing he's doing is orange color. Orange color. Then maybe the dye will go into the body, you know. We have one artist in Kedah State. This artist is obsessed with blue color. Anything he draws is blue in color, you know. So the coconut also tree also blue in color, the heart also blue in color, the lady also blue in color. So in a frenzy, you know, all the colors is inside the body. After taking ganoderma, when the urine come out, also blue in color. Blue urine. Then we also have cases of rainbow urine, no? You know what, rainbow urine? So when after taking ganoderma, the urine come out is red in color. First shock, you know. Second come out orange in color. Shock. Then come out blue color, green color, you know. So sort of color this thing. Then they ask me, hey Dr. Lim, what type of color you put into the ganoderma? We said, no, ganoderma do not have any color. We have GMP, we have ISO, we have this thing. We do not put any color. Where the color coming from? Then we asked him, what is the medical problem? He is suffering from the joint pain for 15 years. So take a lot of painkiller. After some time, the painkiller is not effective, they change the painkiller. Keep on changing, keep on changing. Okay, the painkiller come with various color. So after taking ganoderma, during the detoxification, all the color come out by one by one. And ganoderma is very clever, you know, can sort out the color. So you see, why we say that ganoderma treat the body, do not treat the disease. There's one study in India for a cancer patient. We go for chemotherapy. Then they culture the cancer cell inside the lab. Then they put in the ganoderma. When in a low dosage, it's not effective. When it comes to certain dosage, no, all the cancer cells, 85% of cancer cells are removed in 24 hours. So they calculate backward how much will be the dosage. Which is about 30 capsules, 30 RG and 30 GL. This one we call mega dosage. That's why dosage is very important. Dosage in herbs is very important. Now, the choice of herbs is not important. It's just the dosage. Because we are treating the body, you must have right dosage. No, it's not the choice of the herbs. That's why the first rule is that the cause of disease is always due to toxin and imbalance, and this one you can measure. So the second rule is that the herbs of Ganoderma do not treat the disease. It treat the body treat the disease. Now today there's a lot of presentation on disease. My advice is that it's good that we study on the disease, okay? But we also need to be very careful because people need to repeat our experiment, you know. That's why our gynotherapy system, we do not look at disease. We look at the body. With disease, you cannot treat disease, believe me. It's very difficult to treat the disease. You treat the body, when the body is okay, then the disease will be distinct. Now, throughout the whole world, there are thousands of doctors are associated with us, and many of them are these allopathy doctors. As you see from Dubai, Dr. Ranjan is coming. How are we going to convince the allopathy doctor to join us? So we are telling them, we are not treating disease. We are treating the body. Now, when we are treating the body, then our system is very good to go for integration. We can integrate together with any other system. For example, I tell the doctor, aspirin. Everybody know that when you take aspirin, you know, the stomach lining will having some problem. Hypertension. After you're taking a hypertension drug for many years, you affect your kidney functions. So every doctor know. What should we do now? What should we do now? So we say that you take Ganoderma. You take Ganoderma, you protect the lining of the gastrointestinal. That's why now the role of Ganoderma, I tell you, my experience for the last 20 years, go through the whole world, is not to treat the disease. We concentrate treating on the body, to regulate the body. By treating the body, by regulating the body, then we can integrate with any other system in the world. That is the second rule. The third rule, I think the same thing in any herbs now. When a person taking these herbal remedies, there are always some reactions. Because it's a healing crisis, no? Some reaction. And this reaction is not caused by the herbs. It's caused by the body. I give you one example. Just now we are talking about emotion. You see, emotion and body function, they are closely linked together. And just now our vice chancellors, you have rightly put it, the homeopath. Homeopath, they are very good in treating the emotion because they know, you see, emotion and body cannot be separated. What's wrong with it? What affect the emotion, what affect the body, what affect the body, what affect the emotions. You cannot separate the two, you know. The very good example is that when a person is depressed, develops stomach problem. The stomach having ulcer, having problem. A person who has stomach problem, always depressed. These two, you cannot separate the two. But it's very difficult to treat emotion, you know. But we can treat physical bodies. So now, come to the things that when a person, after taking Ayurvedic herbs, after taking Ganoderma, there is a lot of response from the body. We call this body language. And we must study this body language now. I give you two very important examples. One day, in the gynotherapy, you know, one lady telling me, Dr. Lim, after taking Ganoderma, I'm crying now. Every day I'm crying, you know. You see, when a person taking herbs, everything started to cry, what does that mean? It means that our body consists of 60 to 70% of water. The water keep on circulating inside the body, you know. When you drink excess water, where the water goes to? Normally it goes to the lungs. So lungs is the water regulator inside the body. It regulates the water. But sometimes, due to something wrong in the regulation of this thing, lung will be congested with water. When the lung is congested with water, a person bursts into tears very easily. So when they take any herb or started crying, feeling sad, you know, this is lungs problem. Then I told her, you may have lungs problem, go and check out the lungs. Then he said, Dr. Lim, I just check out my blood test now, everything is okay. I tell him, look, your body try to balance the blood. For example, if your blood is acidic, you know, your lung try to expel a lot of carbon dioxide from your body to maintain the pH. So when you test the blood is okay, does not mean you are okay, you know. Doesn't mean you are okay, you know. But when you test the blood is not okay, definitely you are not okay. This is the thing. But you should not wait until that stage. We say prevention is better than cure. You should not wait until the blood come out, something is wrong. Then I told him to go and check out the lungs. Next day, when they go to the hospital, when they check the lungs, immediately the hospital stop her. This congestion of water in the thing, ask the husband to come, sign, go for operation. In 3 to 4 days time, so much water has been drained from the lungs now. The doctor said if you come late by 1 week or so, it's very risky, you know, the situation. Then one more case, after taking Ganoderma, having vertigo and become very hot temper. You see, just now I'm talking about liver. When there's something wrong with the liver, is a chemical factory of the body. If the liver becomes fatty, something wrong with the liver, there will be something wrong with the biochemistry. When there's something wrong with the biochemistry, there will be something wrong with our emotion. So that's why when a person, if they are taking some herbal remedies, if they are taking Ganoderma, they feel agitated, they feel angry, then they have the kind of this emotional come up. We must suspect that something wrong with liver. So I told you, you may have something wrong with the liver. Go and check the liver. He do not agree. He said that I just go for the blood test, and my liver enzyme, everything is okay. How can you say I have liver problem? I told you the same thing. Your body try to keep a balance of your blood. Then he doesn't go for the checking. After 1 year after 1 year, he come to me, see me again. He said that doctor diagnosed him with acute cancer. So half of the liver have been operated, Half of the liver have been operated. So what should we do now? So we say no choice. We'll go for mega dosage. So this is the third rule. You see, we also try to use a lot of Chinese medicines. We also try to use a lot of Ayurvedic medicine. Now, for example, in Ayurvedic medicine, we have this andrographic, Andrographic, they're very bitter this thing. Now, these are bitter herbs, supposed to be cooling, supposed to treat this sore throat, but many people, after taking andrographic, instead of treating sore throat, they have sore throat, then they have a blister inside the mouth. What does that mean? That means this person is having ulcer problem in the stomach. Now you look at your stomach. Your stomach, the lining of the stomach, the innermost of the stomach, there is no nerve, You don't have any feeling. That's why you eat anything, so you don't feel anything. So the problem is that the stomach need to communicate with us. Let's say you have ulcer in the stomach, you cannot take spicy food, you cannot take hot food, you cannot take all those hard cooked food. How the stomach communicate with us? Is through the open a blister inside the mouth. So when you have blister inside the mouth, you cannot take hot food, you cannot take salty food. It's a defense system of the body, So this we call the body language. And this body language is definitely not caused by the herbs. Don't blame the herbs. Don't blame Ayurveda. This is a body concern. Now, one day I received a call from Singapore. It's not a good morning call, it's a very angry call. He said, every time I take your Ganoderma, I have stomach ache. What is wrong with your Ganoderma? Stomach ache, I told nothing wrong with the Ganoderma. There's something wrong with the stomach, Something wrong with the stomach, you better go and check. Then they go to see the doctor put in a scope into this thing. Sure enough, they find the early stage of ulcer. And the doctor told him, you are very lucky, early stage of ulcer is not easy to detect. So the third rule is that whatever reaction, when you consume the herbs, the reaction is caused by the body. Then lastly, the dosage. Now you are being an Ayurvedic doctor. Some hypertension people come to see you. You say, doctor, I am having hypertension. Please advise me which herbs to eat, to take, Some people say, I'm having diabetes. Please advise me what to do this now. You have to be very careful in your advice. So the fourth rule is that the choice of these herbs may not be that important. What is important is the dosage that you are using. And the dosage is independent of the disease. Dosage is dependent on the body conditions. What do you mean by body conditions? We have many cases now. For the past 20 years, we have tons of these cases. Already bedridden. Doctors say there's nothing we can do. Go back to the house already. Maybe have 1 week or 9 days to go. So we go, that kind of case is very critical now. So we go for very high dosage, I mean 30 capsule or 30 capsule of GL, and many times they revise back. So dosage is very, very important. Let us make conclusion, because our study in Ganoderma is the same characteristic of any Ayurvedic herbs. Maybe our experience you can share. First thing first, try not to talk about disease. Try not to talk about diabetes, hypertension. This is a very risky area to talk, because many tests is not repeatable. Now, in case we wanted to treat diabetes, in case we want to treat hypertension, we must remember, we do not treat hypertension. We do not treat diabetes. Why? I give you one very simple last example. Just excuse me for saying. Asthma. Asthma, maybe due to lung problem, having asthma problem. But I think many of you used to understand. If a person also deal kidney problem, they also having asthma. Because when they having kidney problem, the discharge of the water is become problematic. The water will become stagnant inside the lung. So he's having asthma. Now, two asthma patients come to see us. I have one experience, no? Two asthma patients come to see me. They are friends, close friends. So both taking Kedah. One of them, beautiful result, no? After 3 months, all the symptoms disappear. The other face, still at night, still the asthma attack is there. Okay, so both of them come to see me. So the second patient told me, Dr. Lim, maybe Kedah is not suitable for asthma. Maybe Kedah is not suitable for me. I tell him, look, Kedah do not treat asthma. There must be something wrong with our body more than the lungs. So when a person is having a kidney problem, can we know? No? It's very simple to know. No? You ask him to squat down and stand up. If we have difficulty of standing up, even normally it's a kidney weakness. This is how we test the kidney. Then we have waist pain. Then in the morning, early in the morning when you wake up, the sole of the legs painful. So I asked him last time before you take Kedah, how do you go to the stair? Can you walk all the way up the stair? He said, no, cannot. Halfway, he must stop and fight for the leg. Now, how is it? Now he can climb up all the way, So this is the first improvement. So second, last time do you have waist pain? Yes. How about the waist pain now? No more waist pain. Waist pain is okay. Last time you have frequent urination. Now how is it? So the frequent urination also reduced. The night urine also reduced. So I told him, your asthma is due to the kidney problem. It's not that much of the lungs problem. So kidney normally take a longer time to regulate than lungs. So you should continue to take Kedah. Only after 9 months of consuming Kedah, then all his problem is solved. Actually, I can give tons of testimony, on this thing. So just now we say we do not treat diabetes. So there's also one case of very serious diabetes, At the age of 23 or 24, there's one patient already bedridden with diabetes. Even injection insulin do not treat his problem. After taking Kedah, he started to vomit, vomit. So vomit and there's some traces of blood inside the vomit. Then the member told me it was a serious case now. A diabetes patient, after taking Kedah, is vomit. Immediately we told him, this is not diabetes patient. Diabetes patient, after taking Kedah, they do not vomit blood, When you vomit blood, there's only three possibilities. First, ulcer. But ulcer, the blood come out must be blackish in color. For the lungs problem. From the lungs come out, the blood must be fresh in color. Third is the injury. They may last time there's some accident, some injury inside the body. Due to the internal injury, after taking Kedah, they also vomit the blood. For the blood mixture, some are blackish, some are fresh. You see, what is the color of the blood? They said the color of the blood is some are blackish, some are fresh. So we told them this is internal injury case, this is definitely not diabetes. So we look at the history. So 3 years ago, he drive a car, having an accident, then the chest is hit on the driver. But he's a young man, he didn't feel anything, everything okay. But after some time, he developed diabetes. Then become worse and worse. When people treating him diabetes, keep on treating diabetes. After 3 years, he's bedridden. But today, I think we just draw a simple conclusion. Then when we are in this herbal study, we need to identify, is it the soil, the body, or is it the bacteria? So we are dealing with the soil, the body. We are not dealing with the disease or bacteria. So thank you very much. Thank you.